here in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. Macho! Barak! Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Come on, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, nigga? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, niggas? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas?
UPK soldiers got them killers with me, and I don't fuck with every spot cause it's too iffy. Real motherfucking prophet cause the Lord with me, but don't get that shit twisted, I got Drake's with me. Yeah, bitch, and that whole 50. Run up on me wrong, you gon' catch 60. Wait, you gon' catch 20. The other 30 for your homies, bitch, I got plenty. And I'll shoot this motherfucker till that clip empty. Taking orders from your bitch, you a fucking simpy. Shit, should be televised. The way I'm cutting niggas up, bitch, I'm a samurai. Niggas swear they in the truth, but telling hella lies. Stumping like you Greek, bitch, you Hellenized. The revolution gon' be televised, and what I see in my vision gon' leave you petrified.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, nigga? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, niggas? One West, West. We want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas? UPK soldiers lead cowards and R. So fuck a gas stop. I came with 6 pumps in my car. My niggas ready to swing. We like kids at the park. So touch a chair around this bitch and we breaking your jaw. They think we Christian, but we not. Nothing about us is soft. I don't know what you niggas on, but that shit get you off. We booted up. We came to take zones for real. Black 40 under my garment, I be dressed to kill. Fourth dimension sitting linger, I be fresh for real. Putting scripts on your corners, but these here ain't pills. We rock covers. You official if you know those drills. Bread and water, you official if you know those meals. Yeah, you niggas soldiers get rolled over. You got police in your pocket, I got a judge in my holster. Oppressors out to get it, so remain sober. Or be chained to them chains till there's nothing that remains of us. A cult leader like Christ, we got the same culture. I bang on them, tell my enemies the reign's over. I up the sig and keep pulling like a chain smoker. The game ain't changed, one West stayed the same on them. One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, nigga? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, niggas? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas?
Niggas talking prophets, yeah, we got plenty. We the reason why it's Israelites around the city. Call Kazak, tells a rock, bring Shamar out. We about to slide on them, see what niggas talking about. Young dog think he wise cause he a Kim head. That shit lame, they didn't survive, nigga, Kim is dead. Where I'm from, little nigga, is a dirty game. I pledge allegiance to Yahweh, bitch, I'm UPK. Huh, nigga, let's talk bodies. Set up on your corner, wake up everybody. Big priest until I'm dead deceased. The mission is complete until y'all off the street. Saw y'all on the internet stumping down the street. But take the poor and the weak. Touch your sister or a brother, you gonna be sleep. But take the poor and the weak.
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, nigga? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, niggas? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, niggas?
Fucking with the brothers, then I'm giving out major pain. Clip full of ball heads, I'm shooting out Damon Wayne's. Driven ambition, I ain't never changing lanes. Wise as an old man, but I ain't slanging cane. This ain't a game, this shit way deeper than rap. You speaking the cap, but the shit y'all speaking is cap. I'm 5,000, but I still keep it a stack. I'm in the truth, not cause back then I was seeking the facts. Crying loud for the niggas just deep in the back. And the Lord with me, ain't no reason for keeping the strap. We peep the attacks, niggas say we ain't speaking the facts. Stealing breakdowns every time we teaching in class. Niggas snitching, y'all out here squeaking with rats. We be on the street corners teaching that Jesus is black.
We on 125th Street, Harlem, nigga, you see where we at?
One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, nigga? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga. So who is y'all, nigga? One West, that's who we are, nigga. One West, so who is y'all, niggas? One West, we want it all, nigga. That's who we are, nigga.
Right. 1 second, y'all. All right, shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabarakatah to the Akim. Shalom Yahweh Shalom Yahweh Shamar Ba'atah. I butchered that. Salakia sis. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Alatah Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters out there. Once again, this is the Isupk Detroit Law Class under Commander General Yohana, man. And as always, we give thanks to Commander General Yohana for holding down this truth. If y'all can, like and share these classes, man. Make sure we pushing this truth out there to the world, man, because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, right now, we need this truth, man. We need this truth. Nobody needs salvation more than Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Again, as we went over last night, salvation means to be saved from. Who needs more saving than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man? Who needs to be saved more than us? Is there another nation on the planet that needs to be saved more than us? Who's been lied to more than us? Who's been unalived more than us? Who's been abused and misused and mistreated on this earth more than us? All right. The other nations, they do what? They together joined in hand and doing what? Destroying us. All right. Again, an example that I always love to use is we make chicken better than anybody, but the so-called Arabs is selling us chicken. You figure, you tell me how that works. You explain it to me, because it makes no sense to me. All right? So do your part, like and share these classes, man, and get this truth out so we can wake up more brothers and sisters, man. Because the work is a lot of work, and the workers are few. Okay? So like and share these classes is important. As always, if you have a question or a comment, just drop it in the comment section, and I will, of course, get to it. All right, when I see it, I'll get to it, and if I miss your question this week, I will come back next week and answer it. Okay? So just put it in the comments so I know you have it, and then I got you. All right. So let's get to it, man. Today we're gonna go over just touch on a couple of things as usual. Let's see. Let me get this article right here. As I just said a second ago, man, nobody in this article I'm about to bring out today, I'm about to show you why we need saving. Okay? I'm about to show you why we need saving and who do we need saving and how we need saving and why do we need saving and who do we need saving from? Because a lot of y'all don't believe that your oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Y'all think he your friend, right? Y'all think he's so kind. Y'all think he's so gentle. You think you're supposed to love everybody and hold hands with everybody. I know. I get it. But we're going to see today, is he our friend or is he something else? There's an article, right, from American Social History Project Center for Media and Learning, right? This says right here, it says the FBI sets goals for COINTELPRO. Now, I don't know if a lot of y'all heard about COINTELPRO and what it was, but that's what this article is pertaining to. It's something that people think only happened in the 60s, but as we're gonna learn today, that they only started it then, and it's a continuation of it today. Okay, those things still affect us, and that playbook is still there. All right. So here we're gonna start here. It says under the director J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI's COINTELPRO counterintelligence program was aimed at investigating and disrupting and dissenting political groups. So what they would do, now, this is not normal, like everyday person, right? We talking about the FBI. Okay, that's what this said. So this is who we talking about. We're not talking about just normal people that hate. Like, this is like some high level things. Not watching, not messing with us because we're doing some wrong things, not bothering us because we're doing anything illegal, but simply just watching us. I'm gonna let the story tell. Okay, it says political groups within the United States. It says in the 1960s, COINTELPRO targets frequently included civil rights activists. It says both those who expound nonviolence, like Martin Luther King, and those who were referred to as black nationalist hate groups, like the Black Panthers. So it said it didn't care whether they was nonviolence or not, basically. Because technically, if you really think about the groups back in the 60s, they weren't violent groups. Violent things was being, you're not a violent person if somebody knock you upside the head and you defend yourself. You're just defending yourself. Okay? So again, it's saying like Martin Luther King did not want to defend himself, but other groups did. All right. It says this document outlines the program's goals in attempting to limit the effectiveness of such groups in practice. It says the FBI used infiltration, legal harassment, disinformation, and sometimes extra legal intimidation and violence against King, the Panthers, and other black activist groups in its attempt to discredit and disrupt them. So it said it used extra legal intimidation. First it said, before anything, it said it used legal harassment and disinformation. And it says sometimes extra legal intimidation. What do you think they're talking about there when we saying extra legal intimidation? Okay. So like I should have did this in the beginning. Let me make sure that I got a good sound check going on. So extra intimidation is what it's saying. No, so nobody can hear. Can y'all hear me out there? If y'all can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, Con Throttle, Roy. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, because my phone be messing up sometime. I forget about that. All right. Ain't no sweat. Throttle to everybody that is checking in, too. All right. So, all right, back to what I was doing. Okay. So it says extra legal intimidation. And then attached to that, it said extra legal intimidation and violence. It says and violence. Meaning what? Meaning something that we already know. They used illegal, done illegal things, and they used violence, meaning they were attacked. So it's a war thing. So literally, the FBI went to war against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, okay? But now, what was the reasoning behind all of this? Okay? What was the reasoning behind all of this? Because you got to understand something. they're not just doing this for nothing. Okay, let's get it. It says goals. This is the goals section. All right. It says for maximum effectiveness of the counterintelligence program and to prevent wasted effort, long-range goals are being set. Meaning it's starting here, and their long-range goals is to make sure that it's effective, not just then, but now. That's why it's called a long-range goal. This is a continuing thing. This is not something that they just doing right there and stop. This is something that they have to continually do. Why do you think the crack epidemic happened? Why do you think the heroin epidemic happened? Why do you think we locked up in the prisons at a mass rate? Why do you think they police us the way they do? Okay. Number one, it says, prevent the coalition of a militant black nationalist group in unity. There is strength. It says in unity, there's strength. What is in the ISUPK? What is the one thing we talk about in here, man? What is the one thing we talk about inside of here? We talk about our brotherhood, man. Our brotherhood is the most, and we always say that is the most powerful thing we have. Well, we just read, your oppressor understands that too. Your oppressor understands that too. And he does what? He does things to prevent it. So a lot of people think we just out there, we're screaming, we huffing and puffing on the street corners, and they don't understand it. But they don't understand this enemy that we dealing with. How do you stand hand to hand and join hand to hand and talk about loving somebody who is systematically setting something up in place to destroy you? Know what they doing? They systematically setting something up to destroy you. Now, with that being said, since they want us, they want to make sure we don't come together. Let's see what the scriptures say. And this is one of my favorite ones too. The first scripture we're gonna put today is gonna be Zephaniah 2:1. This is my favorite one right here, man. Because we have to be smarter than what we've been. Okay? And we have to build our strength up. Like they just said, they looked at us and said, it's strength in numbers. We have to make sure that they don't come together. That's why we have sayings like get rich and die trying and things of that nature, man. It is because we've been taught, we have a learned behavior. We didn't think like this. You know what I mean? Especially like, just think back to something like Black Wall Street. In Black Wall Street, if one house would catch on fire, everybody on the block put the fire out, and then everybody on the block would help build that house back up. We've gotten away from that. We've gotten away from that type of thinking because we thought it was more wiser to follow the oppressor. Zephaniah 2:1, and it reads, it says, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Why is it saying what nation? Now, you don't have to be a biblical scholar. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. What nation of people is a nation not desired? The scriptures say, all the beasts of the field devour her, man. That's us, man. Every nation, just look inside of your neighborhood. Every nation devours us in one way or shape, form over another. But it's only able to do that because we're not together. It's only able to do that because we don't stand for one another. When somebody do something to one of them other nations, they all come together. Us, we just be like, dang, that's messed up. We don't feel our brother's pain. You understand? We don't have a sense of compassion for one another. That's why this is always the first step, man, in change. Gathering ourselves together. Us coming together. Our brotherhood is a weapon. Our brotherhood is the real weapon of mass destruction. Our brotherhood is. Because our brotherhood is the one thing that can destroy anything that is against us. Because you know what? Because you my brother, and I look at you like I look at me, I'm not going to lay with your woman. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I'm not going to do something to you that will harm you. Okay? I'm not going to mistreat you. I'm going to be careful about the way I treat you. I'm going to be careful about the way I talk to you. All right? Because we are brothers, man. Okay. So it says, prevent the correlation of militant black nationalist groups. In unity, there is strength, a truism that is no less valid for all its treasonous. An effective coalition of black nationalist groups might be the first step towards a real Mayu Black Revolutionary Army in America, the beginning of true black revolution. So they don't want, so in other words, they don't want us to truly be free. So I know a lot of us know the story of Black Wall Street and the wealth. So I always kind of use this as an example just because everybody's familiar with it. So they saw Black Wall Street and they said, we can't have this. So they came up with a reason to do what? To bomb it and burn it to the ground. Not only that, when you look at a lot of lakes in this country, a lot of those, you will be surprised. And please look this up by all means. A lot of those lakes, man, used to be black cities. It used to be like Central Park in New York. That used to be Seneca Village, man. I just use like the more popular ones just to kind of, so you can understand what, and this is what your oppressor done to you. Just look at a black town and they see us coming together, and that is a threat to them. So what do? They go in there and kill us, burn the city down, tear everything down, and just build a park or make a lake. And this is the person that y'all want me to join to and love. I don't see it. I don't see it, man. After blacks, Hispanics, after we get our justice, then we can talk about some other things. But until then, right now, nah, man. You only want me to join them because you are a happy slave. You happy to be a slave. That I don't rock like that. All right. 1 second here. Check in. Make sure we Rob. All right. We are good. The water. All right. So now this is number 2. Now remember, these is their goals. They got it outlined and numbered. Okay, they have it outlined and numbered. All right. So number 2. Salaki, give me 1 second. Right. Salakia. Let's get right back to it. So we on 2. So they numbered and outlined these things. This is insane, man. This is insane. And this is what they do. And you know what's even crazier? You know why they were successful? I'll get to that later. Let's try to get through this right quick. Salakia. Number 2, it is prevent the rise of a Messiah who can unify, electrify the militant black nationalist movement. It says from amongst black people to prevent the rise of a black Messiah. Now, when I read that, right, of course, the first thing I thought about was, yeah, Christ coming back regardless. You can't stop that. But you know what else I thought about, man? I thought about how special of a people we was. And it's kind of weird, and I'm going to explain it to you. Give me 1 second. I thought about how great of a people we was. This, what I'm reading to y'all, is fear. They don't fear us because they think we gonna unalive them. That's not why they fear us. They don't fear us for fear of unaliving. That's not it. They don't fear us. They don't fear us because they feel some kind of way we gonna take all of their wealth. Right? They fear the rise of what? Our unity in a black Messiah. Why is that? Because they know who we are, man. They know we the Lord's chosen people, man. They know it. They know where they came and got us from, man. They knew who we was when they brought us over here. And they know about our God because all nations what? Know about our God. All nations know about our God. Our God is not a secret to them. Okay? Real quick, I'm going to show you. Show you our God is not a secret to them. We're going to go into the Apocrypha and we're going to pull Jude 5:22. Give me 1 second. I'm going to show you that all the nations know. 5:20. Okay. This is Judas 5:20. This is in the Apocrypha. Okay. Let me show you what all the nations know. It says, now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against these people and they sin against their God, meaning if we not following the law, statutes, and commandments, if we not doing the things that the Lord told us to do, okay, this is another nation talking about attacking us, strategizing against us, okay? It says, now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in these people and they sin against their God, let us consider this. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin. Meaning they know if we sin against the Lord, this other nation that is going to attack us, they looking at us saying, if we are sinning against the Lord, what? That he said that will be our ruin. Meaning because we sinning against the Lord, just like the Lord put us in this captivity, just like the Lord put us through the things that we going through, the slavery and things of that nation because of our disobedience, the other nations know this thing, right? So what do? They make us think because they control the religion, they teach us that the law is done away with and God is okay with you sinning. Which really makes no sense. If I just like in any religion, I would just think like, why is sin okay? I always like, even in Christianity, when I was in the world, I used to think like, why are we not doing these things? I always thought that. Okay. Okay, and it says, and let us go up and we shall overcome them, because they know as long as we sin, they're going to do what? They'll be able to what? The Lord won't be with us, man. The Lord will turn his back on us and we'll lose the battle against our enemies, man. They'll be over to overtake us, right? It's right here. All this stuff is in the Bible. This is why they give us the Bible the way they do. This is why they give it. That's why Paul said something so heavy. He said, things that are aforetime is for our learning. This would teach us something. This will teach us what? That the other nations know that us sinning against our Lord. We would look at the world in a different way. That's why when you come into the truth, you start looking and seeing things differently. You start looking at everything. Everything looks so different to you. It doesn't look the same. Like even when I go in there, I'll be like, dang, it's a lot of black people still out here eating pork. Like what in the hell? Like it almost be surprising. But they just don't know because what? Like it said, our people are what? Destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. And our oppressor know it. Our enemies know this, what I just read. And watch this. It says, but if there be no iniquity in their nation, meaning if it's no sin, if we being obedient, if we doing the things that we supposed to do, it says, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them. It said, don't bother them. Pass by them if they ain't sinning. Leave them people alone. You don't want them problems if they not sinning, man. So if they sinning, if we sinning, they say attack. If we not sinning, they say leave them people alone, man. All right, I just had to pull that right quick. It says prevention of the rise of a black Messiah. So now, we share that what? They know who we are. They know where they got us from. They know about our God. Right? It says, who could unify, electrify the militant black nationalist movement. It says Malcolm X might have been such a messiah. He is a matriarch of the movement today. But it's all, they're watching carefully for what they saying is a black messiah to rise up. What's crazy is, why don't they worry about a messiah coming from the Arabs? The Arabs come over, they give them grants, set them up nicely, get them businesses, all things. They don't worry about that from the Arabs. The East Indians, they come over with them dang on dots on their hand and on their head and all kind of stuff. For some reason, they don't worry about a black messiah coming up from them. I'll give you one more. Africans come over here, musty and with flies flying all around them, and they do not worry about a messiah rising up from Africans. They have no fear of none of this. Nothing. We reading COINTELPRO, and nothing in here says anything about another nation except black people. Black people, you are the greatest people to walk the face of this earth. And when I say black, I'm talking about all the tribes, of course. You are some of the greatest people to walk the face of the earth, and your oppressor knows it, man. If it was not for your Christian pastors, man, we would be beyond great, man, right now. If we was just left alone, man, we would be beyond great right now. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get Deuteronomy. Salakia, give me 1 second. Let's get Deuteronomy in the 18th chapter. Boom, boom, boom. Deuteronomy in the 18th chapter. Yeah, if it wasn't for Christianity, man, we would be so much in a better place, man. We just would be. The thing, Christianity has done more damage to us than anything else, because Christianity is literally the reason why we sin. Christianity is the literal reason to why we sin. Because they do what? What do they do, man? They teach us it's okay for us to sin. They teach that it's okay to sin, which keeps us in sin and keeps us from doing what? Being able to battle our enemies, man. It keeps our God from fighting for us, man. It keeps our God from fighting for us. Our God can't fight for us if we sin. That's why Commander General Yohana, man. Commander General Yohana, man. You have to thank the Most High for him, man, because without him, we would be stuck in Christianity. Or we would be stuck out in the world doing whatever it was you was doing in the world before you came into the truth. That would be our life, man. We wouldn't know how to serve the Lord. And the Lord would just sit there and do what? Be angrier and angrier until finally he decided to get us out the way. Until finally he decided to get us out the way, man. That's why you always have to give Commander General Yohana his props, man. Because without him, man, we wouldn't be here. We just wouldn't. And that's just the fact. All right. Let's get Deuteronomy 18 and we're gonna pick it up at 15. All right. Deuteronomy 18 and 15. It says, the Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, liken unto me, unto him ye shall hearken. Okay. And what is it? And what did we just read that they was watching for? They were watching for the rise of a black Messiah. It said it. And it's saying it here because what do they know? The Lord was going to raise somebody up. That's what they know. And that's why they watch us so carefully. And that's the reason, as I asked the question earlier, why they don't worry about the so-called Arabs. African people are black. Why don't they worry about a Messiah coming up from among them? And of course, when I'm saying black, I'm saying all the tribes, just so we're clear. At least when I'm referring to us, but I'm just referring to the Africans right this second. But Africans are black as well. Why they don't watch them? East Indians. You can find some dark shaded East Indians, but they don't get watched. They watch the rise of a black Messiah from us because they know, man. And that is something that they fear. That is something that they fear, man. That is the reason for everything that they do. Everything that they do is aimed at doing what? Destroying us. All right. Next verse. It says, according to all that thou desireth of the Lord thy God in Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, let me not hear again the voice of the Lord my God, neither let me see the great fire anymore, that I might not die. Now, if y'all know, that's when they sent Moses up onto the mountain. They didn't want to hear, or children of Israel, they were scared. They didn't want to hear or talk to the Lord. So they sent Moses up to talk to him, okay? It says, and the Lord said unto me, they have well spoken that which they have spoken. And he said, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, likened unto them, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. Now we know Christ came, of course, but their fear is of something else, man. Their fear is of what we seeing going on today. These prophecies that's coming today, World War III, we right on the brink of it, man. They are in. I can guarantee you, these are the things that they fear. These are the things that they had to watch. They did all that they can do. They done everything to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they can think of. And yet a brother like myself is sitting right here teaching the law class, man. And brothers all over this country in every school sitting in class, teaching a class today, taught a class yesterday, teaching the class tomorrow, so forth and so on, man. Who came into the school, who was out in the world doing all kind of things, man, and came in here and changed their lives, man. That's what they fear, man. And we come together and we have beautiful times, man. We come together and have great, awesome times, man. I ain't never felt so great than when I be in the school, man. And here, I set my cup down and I go to the bathroom and I don't even worry about it. I would never do that in the world. I don't even do that around my own damn family. No, I won't. Okay. It says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. And of course, some of us, we feel that effect today, man. We went our whole life eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, and now we got high blood pressure and diabetes, and we've been messing our body up because we was out there living that worldly life, man, and we just didn't know any better. Okay. And Christianity just did what it do best. It destroys us. It destroys us, man. It destroys us, man. Christianity is ruthless and gangster because it destroys and kills us, man. How do I know? Go talk to most of them brothers that's out there doing the gang banging and all of that and on the pills and all that. Go talk to them. They're gonna tell you they Christian. They'll tell you that. But yet nobody holds Christianity responsible for that. Okay. Moving on. It says, and it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken, Salakia, verse 20, it says, but the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And we see it all the time, man. We see, oh my goodness. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this right quick. It says, and if thou shalt say in thy heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord has not spoken, Salakia? It says, when a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follows not, nor comes to pass, that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken. And that's the beautiful thing about being in the UPK, man. And this is how you know Commander General Yohana is a man of the Lord, man. Because who taught us about all this World War III stuff that we are seeing right now? Think about how long that you've been inside of your Christian church. And you've never known. A lot of us was Christian for 20 and 30 and 40 years. And we never knew anything, any breakdown about the World War III and what would happen and what's going on and things of that nature. We didn't learn that until we came in here. We didn't know about that until we came in here. It was in here, in this school, under Commander General Yohana, man, that we learned about the very things that we are seeing today, man. We just read it. It said, if he say it and you see it come not to pass, it's not of the Lord. So what's the opposite of that? Of course, it said in here, I'm jumping a little ahead, but still, nevertheless, when you see it and it come to pass, that is a man of the Lord, man. And that is what Commander General Yohana is. And that's what Commander General Yohana has built in the ISUPK, man. And that's what his man is under him, man. We are men of the Lord in this school, man. Because we follow a man of the Lord, man. That's right. You damn right. We follow a man of the Lord. Commander General Yohana, man, taught us all before Russia was on Ukraine borders and with the tanks, before they even went in, Commander General Yohana broke all of this stuff down to us, man. Matter of fact, he had just did a whole thing that fire weekend. And then a couple of months later, all of this stuff started happening, man. It went crazy. Salakia. Commander General Yohana is a great leader, man, and a true man of the Lord. It says, the thing which that is the thing which the Lord has not spoken, but the prophet that has spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be called afraid of him, man. All right. Get back to Salaki. Give me 1 second. All right. And it says, Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, and Elijah Muhammad are all expired to this position. It says Elijah Muhammad is less of a threat. It's less of a threat because of his age. It says King could be a very real contender for this position. Should he abandon his support? Say abandon his supposed obedience to white liberal doctrines. So they wasn't really worried about King. They like, if he flipped the script and stopped loving the oppressor so much, if he done something different than love his oppressor, he might be a threat. Because what? Because majority of our population at that time, they did what? They followed him because they wanted to love the oppressor too. They loved the oppressor too. So give me 1 second. Right. Shalom to everybody that's tuning in. Shalom. Okay. It says, for his support to white liberal doctrines, nonviolence, and embracing black nationalism, So if he embraced black nationalism is the threat. Our unity is the threat. I'm going to show you something. The Lord does not want us fooling around with these other nations, right? Let's get it. Let's get Deuteronomy 7:6, man. The Lord does not want us to be around them. It says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. What does that word holy mean? The word holy, what does it mean? I saw Christian come over a lot of people real quick. Y'all started shouting and fainting and all kind of stuff. That word holy simply just, it's not magical, mystical, or none of that. It just simply means separate. The Lord separated us from these other nations. That's why I'm saying king would be more dangerous if he denounced, if he stopped wanting to join us to our oppressor and embraced black nationalism, meaning embracing us coming together, us having our own, us being our own nation of people. That's why they say he would be more of a threat if he did that. But he's not a threat because that's not what he's doing. And the truth be told, when you look at that time period, what do you see? You see that at that time period, he had a whole, like, majority of our people was following him and his nonviolence and his love everybody nonsense. It was nonsense. You can't love somebody that hates you. You're not loving them. You just really act, especially this oppressor. You ain't loving him because he ain't loving you back. You're really just begging him to be a little more nicer to you. That's all you're asking for. Can he be a little more nice to you? All right. It says, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all that are upon the face of the earth. So the Lord chose us and put us above every nation of the earth, man. That's why they worried about it, our coming together. They worried about at our coming together at a time where we still celebrated Christmas, Easter, things. We wasn't even keeping the law, statutes, and commandment at this time. We didn't even know who we were as a people at this time. They just feared our unity. They feared our coming togetherness, man. That's what they feared, man. And again, why did they fear it? Because they understand and know who we are. The problem is we have to figure out who we are. We have to stop. A lot of us are so arrogant and act like we already know everything, and we follow a bunch of stupidity. We follow the dumbest nonsense I ever seen in my life. A nigga be worshiping the pyramids in Egypt some dang on where, thinking the pyramids is giving him all the power in the world. Like Captain Hadariala said yesterday, man, he said the lady said she get her knowledge from the sun. The sun teach her. In October, she is dumb as hell come October. She dumb as hell in October. Ain't no more sun to teach her nothing. She dumb and stupid all winter long. Our people follow ridiculous nonsense, and she really believed that. We follow nonsense, man. Because we don't know who we are, man. Because we have no clue as to who we are. And because of it, we get caught up in all this other foolishness. Okay? Reading on. It says Carmichael. If y'all don't know who Michael Carmichael is, Michael Carmichael, and like I said, again, I'm a kind of, when I get kind of to the end, I actually gonna do it after this one. I'm just gonna go into it real after this one, so I can kind of just give you a little something right quick. Okay, and so Michael Carmichael was a Black Panther who moved to another country and stayed there. They say it was an exile, whatever. Not too sure about what happened. I didn't really look too deep into it, but I just know he was an ex-Black Panther, and his method was not the non-violent way. It wasn't a violent way because, again, you cannot be violent if you're you can't be presumed to be a violent person or people if the only thing you doing is defending yourself. Okay? It says has the necessary charisma to be a real threat in this way. And what way is they talking about again? The charisma to do what? To electrify, unify, and things of that nature. Now, I got a question. Why did all of that fail? From our side. Why did it all fail? Because from your oppressor side, it worked out pretty well. Look at the prison system. Look at the school system. Look at oppressor Christ, disciples. White nationalism is everywhere. Why did this fail for us? Is my question. Let me see if anybody with me. Give y'all a couple of seconds and then I'm gonna give y'all the answer for time's sake. Because it didn't work for us. We had so many. Think about what the Black Panthers did. They started to think about one of the things one of the things. They started the WIC program, right? Think about all the families the WIC program helped. They had breakfast programs, so they used to give away free breakfasts in the ghetto. So the kids would come in and be able to eat breakfast before they went to school. They started that, man. Think about that, man. Think about some of the good things that really happened out of that. But why did it all fail? What was the missing component in that? Okay, I'll give it to you. The missing component, the missing thing, the one thing that they did not have, that they lacked, that would have made them stronger than anything, they missed the law of the Lord. They all missed the law of the Lord. None of them kept it. And that is why every movement that we had, it all failed, man. It all failed. It all failed because it all failed because we didn't keep the law of the Lord. Is why it's all failed, man. All right. We thought we can have some kind of way where we can build with our oppressor. That's what we thought. We thought we could do it by joining hand in hand, but like we read earlier in Deuteronomy, when he said we are separate people, man. You can't build it hand in hand because the Lord don't want it that way. It's not what the Lord want, man. Let's get Ecclesiasticus in the first chapter. Ecclesiasticus in the first chapter. Yep. So yeah, that's how you do it, man. You cannot do. Think about the condition that we in today, right? How do we even get into this condition? We got into this condition because of our disobedience. We got put on slave ships because of our disobedience, right? That's why we got put on slave ships. We didn't get put on slave ships because our obedience, because we listened. That was so. All right, go to jump down to 14. Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 14 says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Wisdom. To fear the Lord. Well, how do you all right, how do you fear the Lord? Do you run in the corner and shake? Is that what you probably, some of us probably should. I ain't gonna lie. We should fear. But what I'm saying that is this what it's talking about? Is that what it's talking about here? Is it saying to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom? No, what does it mean when it say to fear the Lord? To fear the Lord, what it's talking about is when you fear the Lord, you start being obedient to what he'll say, because you want to start staying away from sin. That's how you start looking at it. You start wanting to stay away from sin. You start moving like, oh man, I have to make sure that I do not sin. That's how I move. I make sure I don't do nothing sinful. I'm looking at every little, like that Bobby Brown song said, every little step I take, I'm looking at it. It's like it's getting a little hot in here. I'm looking at it and making sure that I am not doing anything I should not be doing. Okay. Hold that for 1 second and let's get Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. All right, 12 and 10. Ooh. All right. So this is the wisdom that the Lord gave us. While everybody was talking about civil rights and joining together and holding each other's hands and things of that nature, just like they was talking about then, they still talking about it today. This right here is the wisdom of the Lord, what the Lord said. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. The Lord said, never trust thy enemy. He said to never trust your enemy. Why is the Lord saying never? Because he's your enemy. How do you go and trust your enemy? Go figure that one. Your enemy has one goal: to destroy you. That's all your enemy wants to do. He wants to destroy you. He doesn't want to be your friend. He doesn't want to join together with you. How do we know that's not what he wanted? At that time, let's just say black businesses needed to be built up. Why wasn't the economy of blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, why weren't those things built up? Because that's what we needed. We didn't need to sell all our businesses and sell all our homes and transfer our wealth over to them. We needed our communities strengthened and built up, and they could have done that. Instead, because of our love, because of our love for our oppressor, we chose to join ourselves to them. When the Lord says, stay separate away from them and to never trust them. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. That's where your wisdom starts. Understanding these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. That is where your wisdom starts. Doing the things that the Lord tell you to do versus thinking with your own head. You start to let the Lord think for you and men of the Lord think for you. Don't make your own decisions. Get counsel from wise men. All right. Never trust that enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So is his wicked, meaning he'll never change. He'll never change, man. You waiting on him to change, as they say, as the saying goes, you might as well be waiting on hell to freeze over. It's just a saying. Salakia. It's just a saying. But that you get what I'm saying. It ain't gonna happen. It's not going to happen. All right. Let's get Proverbs 11 and 14. Proverbs 11 and 14. That's right. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. And we have to realize that. Once we realize who our enemy is and what our enemy is doing, then we can actually start taking some action. Then we can actually start doing some things about it. But as long as we keep trying to love them and keep wanting to love them and hug them, we in trouble. Think about the effort you have to put in to love somebody that unalives you, that assaults you sexually, that assaults your children, that you know that does everything in their power to show you how much they hate you. Think about the effort that you have to put in to love them. That's a lot of work. That's not an easy thing to do, man. Heck yeah, you're gonna start hating your own people, man. Because to love somebody like that, you have to put in every ounce and every little strip of love that you have. and you have no more to give to anybody else. You don't even have enough love left over to give to yourself. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. The fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom. Salakia, before we get that, let's jump right back to the Apocrypha. Salakia about that. I need to finish that up. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Okay. It says, and it was created with the faithful in the womb, man. The Lord gave us this in the womb. It says, she has built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed, meaning this thing will get passed down. And that's what Commander General Yohana did, man. He passed that thing down he passed this wisdom, this truth, down to the men down to the men under him. And now we have it, man. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. And we better start understanding that. All right. We better start understanding that real quick. All right. From there, Salaki, jump back to 12, and we're going to jump down to 16. So we had Ecclesiasticus 12, and we're going to jump down to 16. To 16, right? Try to get through these before class over with. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, meaning it sounds good when an enemy speaks good sometimes. For example, again, I've used the example of civil rights, and we fail for the come together method. We fell for it, man. We thought coming together was the answer, and it sounds good. We're going to come together, we're going to join together, and everybody going to be together, and we're going to live happily all together. But if you applied the wisdom of the Lord said, don't you do it. I separated you from them. So you got the wisdom of the oppressor, and you have the wisdom of the Lord. We chose the wisdom of the oppressor, and look where it got us. Look where it got us. It got us even more destroyed. It got most of our men in prison. Well, not most, you get what I'm saying. A lot of our men in prison, and it got a lot of our women. They don't even understand how to be wives anymore. Our women do not understand how to be wives anymore. And they don't even want to be wives anymore. They would prefer, instead of being a wife, they are happy being a baby mama. That's the wisdom of the oppressor. That's what happens when we take the wisdom of the oppressor over the wisdom of the Lord, man. Our women don't even want to be wives. They want to be baby mamas. And you telling me the oppressor ain't the devil? They're not thinking like that because of the Lord. They think like that because of the oppressor, man. All they want to do is twerk all god doggone day. The oppressor set up marijuana places on every corner, dispensaries on every corner. Now you got a church, a liquor store, dispensary. It used to be a liquor store and a church. Now you got the church liquor store dispensary all right there waiting on you. You just get to party it up and live great inside of this kingdom, man. Only inside of the Isupk under Commander General Yohana are we warning you. Are we blowing the trumpets and saying, man, you have to stop and come out of that disgusting, filthy lifestyle, or the Lord is going to destroy you. You don't hear that nowhere else, man. Nobody else is teaching that. Nobody else is warning you of the upcoming destruction. Because what? We see it coming to pass, man. We see it coming. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Now, remember back in the 60s, they used to sit down. They used to have the black leaders come and sit down with the president. And they would discuss black issues. And they'd say, yeah, if you can get this done and that done and that done, the blacks will support. Then the leaders would go out and get the blacks to come and vote for this person or that person. And the black people would throw their political weight behind somebody who they would say, this man could get the job done. But an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, man. Because if they really did something, where is it? Where was it? Nowhere. It was just used and abused. They just spoke sweet words. They just whispered sweet nothings in our ear and abused us. And when they was done, just threw us to the side, man. That's what happened, man. And he said, imagine it in his heart how to take thee down. How do you know that? How do you know that that's true? Christianity, crack epidemic. He could have said, you know what? Okay, I made a mistake, man. I shouldn't have took y'all name, y'all language, y'all culture away from y'all. Let me give y'all culture back. Nah, he ain't gonna do that. Instead of that, he's gonna push more Christianity on us to make sure what? We're further destroyed. That's not enough destruction, so he pushed heroin on us. Now we're talking about the 60s and the 70s, so now we're talking about heroin. So now we're rolling into the 80s, a little bit later in the 80s, then came in crack. All he's trying to do is figure out a way to destroy you. No, coke first in the 80s, then crack. A little bit later after coke. He is imagining how to overtake you and how to destroy you, man. All for what? Remember we read earlier, the prevention of a black Messiah. The FBI declared war on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. They declare war on you. We're war on us. And following these laws, statutes, and commandments is the only real solution that we have to get out of this, to get from up under these things, man. That's all we got. The law, statutes, and commandments and each other. The number one thing on their list was our black unity, our togetherness. But what if we just come together and talk about the pyramids in Egypt? We have to come together under something that we've never tried before. That's coming together, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's why our work in the UPK is so much, and it so has to be done. Because anytime they talk about Israelites, they don't put Commander General Yohana on the front, who is the real leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans inside of this country. Commander General Yohana is the true leader of the nation of Israel. They put some fake Israelite group up there, or they put somebody in purple up there, man, to promote that nonsense and garbage. They never put real men of the Lord out there because they don't want, that's what they fear. They don't want that. They don't want that. So we have to push extra hard inside the UPK, man. All right. Because fake Israelite groups, they won't have food drives to help feed the poor. But they will get out there and march for Kyrie Irving. They'll do that. See, it's help not the sinner when it comes to the poor. But when it comes to the rich, they out there marching and all kind of stuff. They forget about the poor. Commander General Yohana, he never forgets about the poor. He never forget about the suffering of the people of this nation. You don't step over the poor, man. And that's why he is such a great leader, man. That's why he's such a great leader, man. So look, okay. It says the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee into a pit. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he finds opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood, man. If he find opportunity, he will not. They're gonna tell you, man, we're gonna do this. You know what? Salakia, man. They tell you we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and the third, and all kind of stuff, man. And it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be wonderful, and it's gonna be magical, and it's gonna be special. And then you are left with absolutely nothing. They come through your city, that your little town that you're trying to build, and unalive everybody. That is your oppressor, man. That is your oppressor. That's what he does, and that's how he comes through, man. All right. Let's get now we'll go to Proverbs 11 and 14. Proverbs 11 and 14. All right. Proverbs 11 and 14, and it reads, it says, where no counsel is, the people fall. Where no counsel is, the people fall, man. You have to have counsel from men of the Lord. Don't just take counsel from Mike the plumber. Don't do that to yourself, man. Mike the plumber has a worldly view of everything, man. Mike the plumber is going to join you to because of Christianity. He's going to join you to your oppressor and think the way your oppressor thinks. Get your counsel from real men of the Lord, and you will not fall, man. You will not fall. That's what we doing here, man. We don't understand something, or we trying to get something done. We go get counsel from the man above us, man. We go get counsel from the man above us to do what? To make sure that we get it right. to make sure that this is the righteous way to handle it. To make sure that this is the lawful way to handle it, man. We don't get inside our own head, man. Because when you do that, guess what you do? You're failing yourself, man. Don't be scared to get counsel from a man above you, man. That's what he's there for. Your camp leaders, General Mahaiman, General Yohana. This is what they're for, man. This is why the Lord set them up the way that he did. Don't go get counsel. Stop taking counsel from Drake. What's the dude named that is it Kendrick Lamar? It's one of them other rappers, whoever he is, Salakia, Don't let them be your, stop listening to them. Start listening to men of the Lord. You wonder why you can't get off a drug because you're listening to them. That's why. Get counsel from men of the Lord, man. It says, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety, man. There is safety, man. There's safety in the multitude of counselors in here. When you come and get counsels from one of these mighty men in here. All right. Okay, getting to that time. Let's jump down. Jump down to 18 right quick. I want to get this in right quick. Right quick. Jump down to 18. All right. It says, the wicked worketh a deceitful work. The wicked worketh the deceitful work. And that's what we was just reading about today. That COINTELPRO thing that they said again, they set that up not just for them, but the long term that it would do. The damage that it would do long term. Look at what they did and studied for us for a while. They locked everybody up over weed, right? And once they locked up so many brothers up over it, then they opened up dispensaries. He said, well, they just love it. They see that our people love this stuff. Put a dispensary on every corner. So hell, we'll just keep them high. They don't care as long as they keep us in sin. Without the scriptures, man, without the Bible being taught to us, we wouldn't even understand that this is a planned attack that they're doing to us. We wouldn't even understand it. We would think that it's just the way of life. That's what we would think. We would just think it's the way of life, but it's not the way of life, man. This is not how the Lord intended for us to live. The Lord laid down laws, statutes, and commandments for us to follow because that's the way he intended for us to live. And we had better get back to him. And we had better get back to him fast, man. Because this place is coming to an end quickly. You're going to look up one day and it's going to be over. All that partying and all that fun and all that enjoyment that you've been having, you're going to find out the Lord has not been playing. And it's not going to be enough weed. And you're going to find out you can't twerk your way out of this. When Christ cracked that sky, man, don't get caught slipping. As for me and the men in the UPK, we'll get caught working. We'll get caught working. And with that, shalom, Israel.